is Leanne with Sugarworks Bakery. If you are seeing this part, you are probably seeing the replay. I'm going to just see if I can find myself to share myself out, which always seems to, I can never find myself. I don't know if you guys ever have that problem, but I can never share myself. So I'm going to just see if I can take my time for that this morning. All right, so let's see. I found myself. Wow. All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. If you are watching live or watching the replay, I appreciate you so much. I am going to just go ahead and get started. Good morning. How are you? Happy Mother's Day to you, Heidi. Thank you. It was very nice. Hi, Janet. Hi, Nancy. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me. It was a very calm, me and the girls just lounged around. It was very nice. I have a tutorial coming out tomorrow with Beyond Bakes and Beyond Bakes Private School. Good morning, Alyssa. And I had these other little things that were kind of like inspired by that tutorial, and so I wanted to do that with you guys today. But here's what we're doing, and this comes out tomorrow morning, and a little garden fairy for your whimsical, enchanted, magical summer and spring decor. And she comes, well, we do a little frog as well. I think it's this one that we do together. But I made a whole bunch of little frogs. So we have a little frog with all these cute little embellishments. So we are going to make something inspired by this little craft. We're going to make 3 somethings. So thank you guys for being here and hanging out with me while we do this. So we're going to do, they're going to be on canvases. I have 3 different canvases, and I'm hoping I can finish them up. Let's see how quickly I can do them, because I do have to get the kids to school. So I've already decoupaged my canvases. This one has like this really pretty lily pad print, and we're going to put a little disc here and then decorate on top. So a while back, let me grab my green clay. A while back, I had made something similar. Sorry. And it was because I had broken one of these on accident, and styrofoam, like any other craft supply, is like, oh my gosh, it's my hoarding collection, right? So, where's my, one second. Sorry. Hi, Eliza. Good morning. Thank you for coming to say hi. So I had broken one, and I was like, I really want to make sure that it doesn't go to waste. Good morning, Cheryl. What could I do with it? And so it's perfect for a half macaron, right? Because it's perfectly round and it's not like an odd shape. It almost broke completely, like exactly in half. And so when I went to make these, I just did the same thing, and I cut a disc. But really, for these 3 things, all that to say, for these 3 that we're doing today, you could actually use scrap styrofoam, because, you could save your more symmetrical pieces for, like, if we did a macaron, like we did the half macaron in that original craft. Because I thought later, they don't really, these are going to be like little nature sets. And hi, Wendy. Good morning. Thank you for coming to say hi. And these little nature sets, of course, they don't have to be perfectly round or anything. So you could take something that you don't know what you want to do with the shape and use that for these little kind of little seams. I'm going to just add some texture. I washed my brush yesterday and I didn't make sure that it was someplace drying. It was sitting in something like in the water. Just a little wet, so I'm not going to be able to shave that just yet, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and glue this onto our board, and definitely want to shave it later though. So I'm going to just use some liquid fusion. Excuse me. That's like what you do when you're not live, right? I mean, I need to not do that. Okay, so I'm going to use some liquid fusion. I want to place this so I can kind of see that lower flower. And I've already, like I said, I did decoupage this. This is just a print that I got from Etsy, and I put a little bit of gold around it. So I'm going to take a little worm for the bottom to give it some support. Oh, I'm glad you're back. Thanks for coming back to hang out. So if you guys missed it, I just showed the tutorial that we're doing in Beyond Bakes, which is the theory behind me. And that tutorial comes out tomorrow morning. Well, it'll be early as I can get it out to you guys. I know a lot of you, there's a lot of East Coast crafters in this community, so I'm a little bit behind. Okay, so that's what we have so far, and so we're gonna take our sweet little frog. Hi, Lydia. I'm great, thank you. How are you? My Mother's Day was nice and quiet. The girls got along, which is always nice. How about yourself? They bicker. I mean, like kids, right? But, you know, sometimes you have older siblings that really, like, take care of their younger siblings. No, not Ari. She's like, get out here. So this is, like, a kind of like a little frog that we did in class. So I need to, like, lean this, maybe. And so I'm going to just set him in here. I'll go back and hot glue things into place later, just because it kind of takes some time. But I've already made him so he's up and dry. And I'm going to put him, maybe you guys want to see. Okay, so I'm just going to put him, I want him towards the back because that way we could glue him in as well on the board for extra support. So we have a sweet little frog so far. I should get my little, I wonder if I have one of those book stand things while we work, but I don't know. Okay, and then we're just going to put all the kinds of different elements on this little thing. So I have this little flower, and these little succulents I got at the Dollar Tree. I don't know if they have them. I did get them this season. I'm sure they have them. But I'm sure you could get them. I know they have them at like Walmart and stuff. Okay, and then we'll do like all the cute little, I think you guys can see if I'm down like this. There we go. And then we have some mushrooms we can add here and there. And I think it's just fun to add like little tiny things to all of the little teeny itty bitty things. So we can put, I have all these little mushrooms from spring, and I've got these cute little ladybugs. We can add a ladybug. We need some moss. I wonder if my glue gun is. My glue gun's on and ready. I just have to come over a little bit to get it on there. So I'm going to just grab my glue gun and put a little bit of glue on the sides of the board. And I think you can add some to the clay. We'll add more moss to the clay, but we'll use maybe like a different kind of, hi Jenna, how are you? We'll maybe add, like, use a different kind of glue. So we have him so far just sitting here, and we could even move things around if we want, because none of this is glued in yet. And then I have these really cute beads that I thrifted that I can tuck in right there. But that one will definitely use some of the liquid fusion. So we'll just put a little bit right there and just let that dry. And I kind of want to add like some jewels and gems, but I'll probably do that off camera. It's hard to see and it takes a little while to do it. And then we can add glitter and all of those cute little parts. So I'm going to add a couple of these butterflies in a couple different spots. Maybe you could use super glue for that, but and I like the color of this because it's kind of like all greens and teals and blues of different shades, you know. So we have this guy just like that, and then I'm going to add in some of this glitter here. So we'll put little bits around. So I have 3 different ones that I wanted to do. Let's see if I can. So I will do like the little details off camera, and we can try to do another one before I need to take the kids. I have to shake that off, but all my other pieces are not actually glued in, so we can't do that just yet. Okay, then you've got this cute little, I'm just going to use some embellishments, some like wire and some, what do you call this? This is like a, you could actually maybe get something cute to hang this with additionally and make it like part of the decor. Like, I don't know that that will hold this, but with some hot glue, right, you could do it that way too. So I'm going to just glue it a little bit over here. I really need to get my other glue gun. I don't know. For those of you who use a cordless glue gun, mine just like shuts off. And it's probably like a power saving thing, but I'm like, well, I don't want it to shut off. Hi, Michelle. How are you this morning? Okay, so I'll put in these little things a little bit more securely. And then I have this like peacock feather that I thought was really pretty that we can use for added dimension. So you can set that right in there. All these I'll glue in with either super glue or hot glue or liquid fusion. And I've got little butterfly wings that we could put, maybe just attach up high so it's kind of up and over the canvas. Maybe tuck it in somehow, we'll see. So we've got one little guy here. One other thing I wanted to do though for this is add in some of the glitter onto the actual board. Oh, I just moved my canvas to my thing. So I'm going to put a couple more of these little ladybugs and butterflies. Well, that probably, I just said we were going to put that big one there, and that would probably cover it. So we'll just do a little ladybug for now. And if you make one, definitely add some shadow to your green, because that will give it a lot of like make it look more mossy, and like, you know, the shadow always makes it, you know, pretty. But my clay is really wet, and more so because my brush was wet, my texture brush. Okay, so then let's just add a little bit of this other glitter onto the board just so you can see. That part is got to be like my favorite part. Okay. Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, so I'm wondering, is there a way that I can get a hot glue gun that doesn't just like turn off when you're not, I mean, because I'm using it, but I need it on and at my ready for a long period of time, right? And it always shuts off, so that's why I don't ever use it. Okay, so here's the first one. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. See if we have time to do all three. Put that right there. Hopefully that doesn't fall. Okay, so the next one we're doing, it's similar. It's going to be a little fairy. This one I've prepped the board already since we did the froggy one together. And I already went ahead and put the base and a little butterfly. So this one has like a wooden base, looking wooden kind of design instead. And we'll make one little teeny fairy together, but I made one ahead of time because I knew I wasn't going to have a lot of time. So we have her on the same little kind of mossy rock, and we're just going to set her right there into our lemon tree. Well, it's a lemon and cherry tree. So that's fun. That's fun and magical, right? Okay, so we'll put this one down. Again, I'm going to glue everything later, and I'll glue her to the back of the board. So we're going to set her all the way back towards the, so she can lean up against the board. And then this one, we have other little elements. So a lot of the same ones, but we're going to add in some like monarch butterflies. And we've got like these really pretty orange blossoms. I'm going to add the same little twine here. Let's see if we can add some of those things together. Okay, so I'm going to put one of these monarch butterflies here. Probably should use super glue for that, but good morning, Desiree. How are you? And then we can add a couple little blossoms here. Let's give her a ladybug too. And then I've got these cute little bees that I got, I think, from Craft Outlet. I think that's where they came from. This might need some help piercing the, oh, it didn't. That's fine. So we'll give her like a little bee friend just hanging out. And we'll go ahead and make one of these little fairies together. So I have the head already done. The heads were part of, you know, you kind of have extra things, extra parts in your stash. So I figured I would use those. So we're going to just do like a really simple little body with legs. You see, little cone. Just to try to make sure it's proportionate to your head. And put some legs on her. So I was up late last night doing my tutorial, editing it. Actually, it has been recorded, but it takes me a while to edit it. So I was up late, and I wanted to come up and get get up early and come do this with you guys. My time, like maybe 5. That was my idea, but it did not happen because I was up till 12. So okay, so we're just gonna do 2 little legs. I'm gonna sit her right down on it. But anyway, so since I wasn't able to get up early, and I don't know if I ended up texting my husband and I said, if you could get the kids up and ready so I can go live, but he was asleep, so I don't know. He might not have gotten that text. Okay, so where is she? So she's just sitting right there. The brown clay is pretty dry, but sometimes things stick, So I'm just going to bring her little legs down. And then I'm going to use this this is a Christmas garland type of thing. And I think it works really well for this little design. But I kind of want to make sure, because there's a lot going on. So I'm actually going to glue this to the back of glue it to the board for extra security. And then I'm going to use a floral pin and pin it in the front and use some super glue. So for now, and it has this like wire to it, so it'll stay in place for now easily. So there's our little fairy so far. And then we can do, we'll give her these same little jewels. I don't know, these are just beads and they're probably, I need another glue stick, oh gosh. They're probably like old. I just found them at a thrift store. They have like, I don't know where they came from. They might not be old, but they just have a vintage look to them and they're just fun. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one on the board. Just gonna hang it there, and then we'll put some of these jewels and butterflies around it. And then I've got this little piece of lace that I think goes kind of nicely, just like that. Kind of give it a little touch of lace. Oh, so for the wings, I'm going to do her arms too. So I got these, and I could link them because I don't remember the name of the shop. But she has these cute little fairy wings. The resin. Hi, Christy. And good morning, Sherry. These are really cute. So she has 2 kinds, and there are some that are clear, which I think are super fun and cute when wanting to do some kind of fairy thing. But they didn't show up here very well. So she has the other kind that are like the white backing, and they are an adhesive, so they have a sticky back. So for this one, for this one, the one I already did, I just gave it like a coat of tacky glue so that it would dry and then not stick to everything. Thank you, Christy. And I'll do the same. I think I'll do the same with these. So you could give it a coat of tacky glue or anything else that you kind of think of that would kind of make it so that it's not sticky and kind of, those are upside down, aren't they? I even put like glitter on the back of one, oh no, they weren't. They're just a little bit angled wrong. Anyways, just to take off that adhesiveness since I'm not really using it for this. And anyway, but those were really cute. And so the ones that are adhesive are the ones that are clear. They come with a back and like a sticker to put on the back so that you can kind of do the same thing where they won't stick anymore, but they stay clear. So I thought that was really cool, and I really liked that. But for this design, I you couldn't really see them. So I think they would be best if you had your little fairy like freestanding, and then you can do the clear wings like that, because it was just really cute. Okay, so what else do we got for these little fairies? Maybe arms. Maybe arms and a head, right? Okay, so she can hold like this little cherry, I think, since we've got a cherry and a lemon tree. Let's see what kind of time I have. Okay, so we'll put her little body together, and then I'll do more of the details off camera, but you could imagine, maybe I'll finish them up and kind of make a reel out of it, so we could just see a close-up of all of the little details. That would be fun. So we've got arms. It's a little hard to see. And then I'm going to have her hold the little cherry. Okay. So we're going to we'll make sure to glue all that in place. That was the end of that clay. I pre-mixed it, but I forgot hands. I could have taken a little bit of that for hands, but I have a little bit here. So I'm going to just do like some really itty bitty little teardrops. So she has little hands, she's holding her cherry, and that clay is very, very soft still. So, hi Lulu, good morning. I'm going to just put this in. I'm going to have to glue this now though, because I don't think it'll come apart later when I try to glue everything together. They are, aren't they? Everything's glued shut. Alright, so let's try that, and then move on to the last one and see if we can get that one done. Alright, so we'll just put her little head on. Look at how cute with their little funky hair. Okay, so that little fairy needs some toes. And I also have, or some feet, I also have these little slices. I have another one here. I have a whole bunch more flowers and embellishments. So I think I'll definitely spend some time after I take the girls to school, so you can see close up, and I'll add them in, and I'll just put them on. It's like a reel or something. But we've got these little lemon slices that would go. So these little guys can just sit with your little enchanted display. Perfect for adding some height to your decorations, right? Because I know for me, I want to optimize every little inch of space for decorations. Okay, so we've got lots of little details that I can add still. That would be maybe a little easier to see if I do them with the camera down. So we'll do the next one. And then because I've got these, you can't see them really, but they're just multicolored size little flat backs that just bring a lot of sparkle to the design. So the third one we're going to do, I'm going to try to get this one done in the next few minutes. Then I'll be off to get the girls ready to go to school. But we've got little mice. And I've already pre-made I was going to grab another sorry guys, I was going to do a strawberry with you guys, but I do have quite a few, so I might just, maybe we'll just assemble, and we'll make the mouse together and assemble it. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you guys. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the little tutorial and coming to hang out with me while I do it. So for this one, I'm gonna see how many strawberries I actually have. So I have a couple of like the plastic cabochon strawberries, and we gotta put a little door. Gotta have a little door, right? And we've got some flowers that we'll put around. That part's an easy thing. I think we'll focus on the mouse, and then we can lay some of these strawberries down. So let me get my eyes. So I didn't get any brown. I mean, my clay's right there. But let's start with the little door. Could actually use probably this same clay, and I don't want to forget those fairies' feet. But we could, I'm just going to make tiny itty bitty little, what do you call them? The shape that we use for everything. The teardrops, and then just, I can glue them on. Okay, so for this one, we'll add a lot of shadow, a lot of shading to this door. I probably would have chosen a little bit darker brown, but I forgot to get it a little closer to me. Although my clay is pretty close. Also, I think my darkest brown is very soft, so it would be a little bit harder to work with. But we've got lots of shadows that we can use. This has like a cute heart, and it might be cute to, I like the heart, but maybe put a strawberry there instead. That might be cute too. Let's see. Could have maybe had like a little bit of, I don't know, I was thinking like a little thing of Mod Podge to be gluing things to, just to dip it, because it kind of might be easier. Okay, so I'm just going to add my little door first. That way we can add up. Hi, Tina. And add up and around and give it like that dimension, like a little hidden door. Okay, so let's grab some gray or dark brown or black, whatever you want. We're going to add some stones. Stone pathway. We're going to add that right in front of his little door. And then, let's see. We can start building up and around our little display. It's going to slide. Okay. So I'm going to use this little impression mat. We don't really need that much of it. It's a pretty small little space. Just get it. Of course, these I need to wash my scissors, because I think when I was doing the boards, I had, put like the Mod Podge there, and then cut off the excess which was still wet. So I have all of this like sticky Mod Podge on my Mod Podge. My daughter pointed out that I say Mod Podge. I don't know. She's making fun of me. Any chance she gets, really. Like, well, I'm too old to start to learn how to say it right. Whatever. I don't know. It is what it is. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Just kidding. I'm too old. I'm too old. Okay, so we're going to put a little brick pathway, and then we can add in some of our strawberries. So I just started one. I really want some much larger strawberries, so I think I will do that. And we'll just make, I'm going to use a pair of tweezers to go in with my seeds. You can make these more like dots, I suppose. I guess mine are a little elongated, but I kind of see them as elongated, but I don't think they're quite this long. So I'm going to make more of those, and I think I will put the little greenery on top. But what we can do is put maybe several towards the back right here. Glue these in because these have all been drying. Okay. I really want to, like, I hear stomping. It's not stomping, but I hear somebody coming. Okay, and then we'll put some strawberries up in the corner right here, just like that. And I think I'm going to have to finish up. I wanted to make the mouse with you. So I have one mouse here that we can put right there. And we'll put another mouse. I'm going to move him just enough so we could put some of this green. I can hear them up. My husband's getting her ready for school. So we'll put some. Well, that one's stuck already, so we'll cut that one down. We need to cut that. We could put some more flowers. Just like that. I know we've done mice, but well, I did some mice around fall. What was a fall? They were fall mice. I don't remember exactly when it was, but I hadn't started putting my stuff on YouTube at that point yet. So everything's been deleted. So maybe I could do a little a mouse reel too, because I don't know why I wasn't uploading them, but I'm gonna start doing that. So okay, so we have that, and I kind of want to make, let's see if we can add some of these. Sorry you guys, I'm like, I can't see, that's the problem. Put that there, and I got these cute little, more of these guys, and the red and the pink look cute with this design. So, but they're, let's just take it and put it right there. And then here we can add a couple of strawberries. I don't want to block, maybe we do, no. I'm going to make it like dimensional so we can see these strawberries in the corner. And we just need the greens on them. I'll tuck in. Okay, we've got just about 10 minutes. I think I can probably do a mouse really quick. Hi Diana, good morning. Okay, so again, there's lots of room for more embellishments, jewels and ladybugs, and just all kinds of fun little tiny details. Even down here, I'll put like just like glue with the glitter, or like a combination of something like glitter and rhinestones. So let's do a quick mouse, and then I think I'll take kids to school, and then I'll work on maybe a close-up of finishing these so you could see all the smaller details on like a voiceover time-lapse maybe type of thing. Okay, so we're gonna make another little white mouse, and I'm gonna start off with our teardrop. There's not a lot of space on there, so I'm gonna make this too big, maybe even smaller than our first mouse would be okay. Because where is this little mouse gonna sit? It's gonna have to be teeny. And I'll give the little strawberry that our little Mr. Mouse is holding, he can also have some greenery right there. So we're going to do 2 little knees and 2 little feet. So 2 balls and 2 teardrops. So teardrops for the feet, and then little balls for the knees. I'm going to put the knee on top of the little foot before we attach the knee, so that way it's nice and attached down at the bottom. And then we'll put little arms. I don't know if he should be, this one could hold something too. A flower would be cute, but I only have the little white ones, so I kind of want to see. And then we'll just add 1 arm and another. I could give her the cabochon strawberry. Hi Margarita, thank you. Okay, so that one we want to glue in. So we'll just put a touch of super glue and give her her strawberry back. Okay, so we've got a little teeny strawberry. Let's see where he is gonna fit, or she, because she's pretty small. There's not a lot of space. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna put that one right there towards the edge, and that clay is nice and wet, so it's gonna stick, even though we already made that. But I don't want her to squish down, so we're gonna make the little face, but we'll wait a little while. We'll leave that there, she has something to look at, so it's just kind of hard to see. We're gonna wait a little while before we attach it, just because that real soft clay, even though it's really tiny, a little bit of time just to firm up. So I'm gonna just make sure I can see it just proportionately. We don't want it to be ginormous. Okay. Hi, Miss Marissa. How are you? Good morning. I saw, yes. Yes, I have. You can have the strawberry. The strawberry mice. Okay, so let's start with, sorry, I know it's, you're so fun, Marissa. Okay, so we're starting with a teardrop, and then I'm just giving it this impression. So when you want to kind of give him like this upturned nose, but it doesn't have to be quite so severe. So Let's make it a little soft. Okay, and that's his face. That's all there is to it. So we're going to give her, this one could be a girl. Give her a little, nobody's fighting you. Nobody's fighting you. Step back. Okay, we're going to do the little ears. We'll give her big oversized ears. So let's do 2 balls and put them right there. And I like to just take a tool and kind of put the impression, but also help it to attach by putting it down in there. We're going to need some, oh, I've only got a few minutes. Actually, I was able to stay on the whole time. But the girls need to get to school, so I'll have just enough time to finish this little face. I got these really cute little eyes here. Oh, I didn't, now with Miss Marissa here, I forgot to mention where I got the eyes for the little frog. I'll have to show you the eyes that I used. I used your little eyes. Okay, so we're going to give her this. And where's our little froggy? If you're here, Miss Marissa, or if you're seeing our little frog, you can get these little eyes from Dot's Craft Boutique. These are the perfect little eye for his cute little froggy face. Okay, so we need a little teeny bit of pink. And she will be done. We'll shade the tiniest little nose. She just needs the tiniest little nose. And we'll give her some shadow as well. And for the mouth, I'm just going to take, so give her a nose. I'm going to go right from underneath her nose, just straight down. Oops. And then we'll give her like a little bit of a mouth, just like that. So make sure you glue in your resin eyes because they will only hold for so long. And then I got this cute little bow from Boutique Portefeuille that I think will go perfect for this little mouse girl. So I gotta glue that on, and we might be able to put her head on because she's smaller than a toothpick, so we probably can just put a toothpick in there and it'll hold her up. So let's try that, and then I will be heading out to take the little ones to school. So we'll just put a little toothpick here, and I will finish this up. Yeah, because, so I would say give it a little bit of time if she's bigger, but because she's so tiny, that toothpick is already going all the way into our base. So we can put her head on because I don't think she'll flop over. And then, so here she is. So we've got our strawberry mice that we did today, and we did our little frog, and he's kind of wobbly right now. None of these are glued in. I just wanted to put them together with you, and I'll probably make some time to do some of the details and our fairies. I'll do some details and share those with you guys. And then we have our little fairies. So these are all summery. If you guys are still doing summer decorations and crafts, I think these are super fun to do. And they also are inspired by our sweet little set that I'll show y'all one more time before I go. And this is what we're learning tomorrow. If you missed it, I showed her at the beginning. We're learning tomorrow in Beyond Bakes Private School. We have our little garden fairy and our sweet little frog. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much, and thank you all for joining me, and have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all next time. Bye. Hi, Lisa.